Hello, this is Joe Pryor, the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma, where we specialize in new construction for real estate investors in the Oklahoma City and the Tulsa markets. You know, I've been doing this a long time. I'm doing it for 36 years. And back in the 90s, I really wanted to know what the difference was between a good buy and a good investment. Now, we want them to be the same thing, don't we? But they can be mutually exclusive. You can have something that's a good buy and doesn't necessarily make it a good investment. So what makes a good investment? How do I know? And that's what I sought out. That's why I became extensively trained in residential real estate return on investment, commercial real estate with the CCIM training. I wanted to know everything that I possibly could. So when I deal with investors, and in almost 100% of the cases, they want to know, how do I know this is a good return? I know how to compute it. I know how to put the kitchen sink in there, property management, vacancy, maintenance, everything that goes into a real world investment. And what that does over a 7-year period, it gives you an annualized return on investment. It tells you how much every year you're making on that investment. And so you can compare it to a mutual fund, or you can compare it to a stock, or you compare it to a fixed income type thing, something, like a municipal bond or whatever it happens to be. This is the only way that you know that something is going to work for you. But the other thing that you have to do is that going beyond that 1-year snapshot. So for instance, if somebody asks me a cap rate on a residential house, I'm going to tell them it's really not important. Cap rates are really more commercial. It's just a 1-year snapshot of what's going on based on what you bought it for, what your operating costs are, and what the rents are going to be. The rents are crucial. Now, in the case of residential real estate, that's not the case. Residential real estate is more based on cash and what's called internal rate of return, which is the annualized return on your investment as long as you keep your money in the investment. So I have for you to look past that 1 year and say, hey, look, here's this snapshot. But what about year 2 or year 5 or year 10 or year 15? That's what we have to be concerned with, and not just on the internal rate of return or the cash on cash. We also have to look at real estate trends. We have to make sure that we know that the investment is worth it based on, okay, can I get positive cash flow for 7 years? Can I increase my rents for 7 years? Is the population growing? Is the job market growing? Are incomes growing? These are things that we analyze constantly. My insurance guy, my property management people, builders that I know, we all share information to come up somehow with the same conclusions, so that when we offer you opportunities, you understand that we've looked past 1 year, because this is a long-term thing. If you're going to buy real estate, you're going to be in it for the long term. I have investors right now that have had their investment for 20, 21 years, and they've kept them. Some have sold them, some have moved to other states with a 1031 tax-deferred exchange, but a tremendous amount keep them. These are the things that I'm concerned with. I want to know in the 10th year and the 20th year that this investment is doing what it ought to do. So we need to give you the data, we need to give you all the information as possible so that you can make the best decision possible. So understand that if you're dealing in real estate investment, deal with a trained professional and deal with somebody that says, here's what I think 7 years down the road, because that is going to be important to you. And that's why we do it the way we do it.